the Cambodian people find themselves in a state of transition, economically and philosophically wedged between global forces and their cultural heritage. Angkor Wat, the largest religious structure in the world, was originally dedicated to a Hindu god. Over time, Buddhism took over the spiritual imagination of the people, and the country remains predominantly Buddhist to this day. All forms of religious expression were outlawed during the 4-year reign of the notorious Pol Pot regime in the 1970s. Since then, a number of Protestant groups, including 5 branches of Methodism, have begun to stretch across the land. The Methodist traditions have so far reached a small percentage of the Cambodian population. Funding for ministry comes mostly from other places. With an entire country to witness to, and millions of people in need, these 5 distinct Methodist groups chose to support each other rather than compete. In 2004, the Joint Methodist Mission in Cambodia took form. Now, this mission has grown to include 5,000 church members, 143 congregations, and 140 pastors. Sisters and brothers in Christ gather together to worship in sanctuaries, or in whatever space may be found. Pastors preach and lift up prayers. Praises are sung to all manner of instruments, old and new. Sunday school courses teach biblical lessons as well as practical skills. Laity and clergy are typically young, creating hope for long-term mission, alongside the need for immediate training. The leaders of the Methodist mission in Cambodia have many decisions to make. Across the country, while drawing from multiple traditions, they are working to become their own self-governing Methodist church by 2016. On the ground level, the itinerant system of moving clergy from place to place is less than practical in a farming culture, particularly one where 99% of the clergy need land to raise crops to subsidize their salaries. An incredible generation gap hangs between elders who lived through Pol Pot and the more than 70% of the population that is 30 years old or younger.
We have young men growing up who do not know what it is like as you grow up as a young man. How do you become responsible? How do you begin a family? How do you take care of your family? We have young women who do not have anyone to look upon or to mentor them, to let them know what it is like to grow up from teenage to young woman and getting married and taking care of a home and raising children, because they do not have many of those people living to mentor them to that. So the culture is quite different right now, and we have a young generation that is now being lost in the mix of everything else that's happening with the technology and all. So there's a lot in Cambodia to do. Not just poverty of lack of money and others, but poverty of education, poverty of having the right values that we assume we have, those who have grown up in very stable families.
Missionaries from other cultures seek to train young Cambodians and empower them to set their own course for mission.
So much was destroyed in 75 to 79, and right now we are in a period of healing. And the healing has to take place in all aspects of life. It has to be spiritual, it has to be physical. The message of John Wesley fits very well in this situation where the healing has to be really holistic. The whole person, the whole country, every sector of it needs to be healed. This means a lot of catching up in terms of meeting needs are concerned. We have started church work here in Cambodia, and there are now about 143 Methodist congregations. This means training leaders. We need to transition as fast as we can from foreign-led ministry to a Khmer or Cambodian-led ministry. Right now, when you go to the churches, the young people are the ones leading already, but sometimes, ironically, it's the church leadership that's a bit slow in recognizing that the young people are already leading, and therefore they should be given more elbow space to to really lead the church and to begin to have a say upon its theology and its vision and its mission and its goals.
To be vital, the missions course will need to resonate with people of a land long dominated by Buddhism, which shares certain affinities with Christian teachings, but has significant differences as well. Occasionally, Buddhists and other more established Christian denominations have been antagonistic toward the Methodist movement. The Methodist mission has overcome much of this treatment by fully carrying out its commission. In Cambodia, the Methodist Church tells the good news of God's kingdom to a people in need of hope. It assists in supporting an orphanage, operates multiple schools, and provides hands-on vocational training. Slowly, Methodist disciples gain the respect of the people. With time and conviction, the church in Cambodia has the potential to realize an unfolding vision, to accomplish things the people here have yet to see.